Okay, on this one, quite colorful B&W, and I didn't know how much horsepower potential was in this inline six in this B&W. So we have R134 refrigerant, 590 grams, and I only put enough vapor refrigerant in here to push my refrigerant dye in the system. It only had 26 psi in the system, so we know we're real low. It has a few modifications. You see something really stupid here. You see intake air in the hot engine, but you can see the turbo he added and all that kind of stuff inside here. But yeah, taking having a turbo and then adding sucking in 160-degree air into your turbo is not quite the best thing you can do. But what I want to show you here, so I probably have about 3 ounces of refrigerant in the system. We're up to 140 psi on the low side. First we were a vacuum. When I first started it up, basically all I did was open up the vapor and I let it steady out. It was like at 83 psi and it steadied, and then I turned it on and I injected my oil, and then I used the high side to push the oil. See this long tube? That's the extension tube. So when I put, not my oil, my dye inside there, when I put my dye in there, it didn't go into the system. So then I just purged in a little of that pressure to force it into the system. But the temperature, the pressure has been going up and up and up steadily all along. And the low side went from a negative vacuum, we're at plus 10, 140 on the high side. I only have like 3 to 5 ounces of vapor inside the system. Why so high? Well, what I've noticed here, the fan has never come on yet. I wonder if that has something to do with it. He has a lot of additions and modifications here. But I'm going to look into the fan thing because we're at 140 and our fan's never, oh, well, unless this is on the high pressure switch and the fan will not come on to 270, 250 psi, and then it'll cycle off at 170 or 150 psi. I'm just using those rounds, just made those numbers up. They're somewhere in there. And we might have that system. So I could run here all day long, well, not all day, but for the next half hour, and if it never hits 200 and I only have 3 ounces, hey, what happened to that magical pressure switch that's supposed to save your compressor if you're really low on refrigerant like I am right now, so it stops running without cooling coming back to it? That was a lie you were told. What you read in books and what you were told about that magic switch that doesn't let the system run when it's low on refrigerant, and the word is low, and they didn't say how low, and they didn't, unless you read the specifications. Here's a system where it'll run and burn itself up, and a low pressure switch will never turn off the compressor until after the damage is done. See you guys later.